So let's talk about the isekai regressor hunter system trash that is polluting this world. Yes, it's a pollutant, okay? Look, I know that many people look if you're into the manga scene, you probably have heard of among the Muram manga, you've probably heard of a genre called regressor, right? And also, uh, it's not, this genre doesn't have a name, but I name it Hunter System Trash, because that's what it is. It's fucking trash. Okay, the Hunter System Trash is namely a Korean thing, but it's similar to the isekai, the game window. The isekai the Japanese have, which is trash, okay? Okay. So, let's start off with the regressor genre. This generally refers to a character going back in time and using their knowledge of the future to gain a big advantage. That on its own isn't a problem, but most regressor manga is almost a copy with a different twist each time. Most of the time, the regressor genre is also paired with the hunter system genre. What is the hunter system genre, you may ask? Well, it's when real life is gamified and only select people, and in these manhwa, they're always almost called hunters. They gain powers such as a game interface, namely from MMORPGs, if you played MMORPGs, such as levels, professions slash jobs, skills slash abilities. This is paired with fantasy monsters invading Earth from gates and dungeons. And the most popular example of this is solo leveling. Solo leveling was one of the first to do it, and I blame solo leveling for the advent of the trash filling this genre. Solo leveling had something unique, which was only the MC had was the only one to have the game interface. So usually in the hunter system genre, everybody gets a game system, a game window interface, and very few follow the example of solo leveling, having only the protagonists have a game system. Also, solo leveling is highly overrated garbage. It does not deserve that rank on my anime list. Go and plummet that rank, okay? The only I watched like one episode and I was like, I'm done. I'm not going through this again. Look, I read all of Solo Leveling, the entirety of it, the manhwa, and it was garbage, okay? Sun Jin Woo is a male Mary Sue, okay? After his initial like power up, he just like he barely struggles. He beats everything up. Like he just struggles a little, but you know he's gonna win. So, the hunter system thing is I hate this because it's basically skipping. It's like writing easier. Like, why do you have to explain uh the experience the people have slaying monsters, such as like when do I block, when Like, how much force do I put into this strike? Like, your experience, you do not gain stats like in games that easily. Like, you kill a monster. For example, let's go back in time when people, what's a good example? Just like fighting, okay? Just wars and stuff. Like, you don't level up when you kill a human, and it's like very garbage writing. Like, so you kill enough humans, you level up your stats, so you basically get faster. It's the writing of this system is inherently trash. Like, you get skills. Like, only certain people can get certain skills. It's trash. Inherently trash. It's lazy writing. I know I'm not the most well-spoken person, but it's a shortcut. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. It's a shortcut and it doesn't need to be there. The only reason the system is there is lazy writing. Sure, it was cool at first, like, wow, you kill a monster, you level up, you gain enough experience like a game. But yeah, so Sun Jinwoo was the only one that could level up. Like, all other hunters, they stayed at their own level. Like, once you become a hunter, your initial power level was all you could be. And solo leveling Ragnarok just came out. It's centered around his son. I'm just gonna read it, even though I know it's rotting my brain out. Like, seeing how many people like this garbage, it makes me so I've been writing something, and it just makes me like want to quit if this is what makes, if you want to get popular, your book, you just write some garbage ass shit. Okay, another example of this was Remonster. Like, I hate these shortcuts. Also, the general premise around the hunter system uh, revolves around modern weaponry not being able to harm the fantasy monsters invading Earth, which is absolutely fucking retarded if you didn't know that already. A tank? Sorry, you can't kill a goblin with it. A nuke? Sorry, nuke is not very effective against goblinkin, okay? There are also exceptions where modern weapons do work, but they are very rare compared to the sea of modern weapons do not work trope. It's lazy writing, and it ever rarely ever produces a great story. Okay, when I say rarely ever produces a great story, I mean it in my own way of judging things, okay? I know people like to gulp down slop and say it's peak, like solo leveling. Like, some people would think solo leveling is the shit, okay? Like, solo leveling has great world building. No, it does not. Your brain has rotted, okay? If you think solo leveling has great world building, okay? Someone told me to shut up uh because I said Hunter System Slop is back in one of these manga aggregator sites, and that pissed me off because uh this guy also said, he was in the comments defending solo leveling has great writing. Nah, if I hate this modern look, I'm gonna be going off on a tangent. People say comics are dying, right? and manga is the new shit, right? Well, the reason they're saying manga is like the uh, popular media and it's rising is because they haven't read all the sea of trash that does not make it to being published in a manga yet. If you read through the trash that I have, okay, so I'm going to admit, yeah, I admitted I read trash just sometimes on my off days, like after like I'm trying to find something good, but there's nothing good, and like I'm saving up the good manga so the chapters can build up, so I don't have to go like every month or every week. So I just read trash, but I've read so much trash of it, I can pretty much analyze and break it down now. Uh, so where was I again? Oh yeah, all these people are saying comics are dying, but a lot of the comics are better. Not the superhero ones, okay? The superhero comics are overrated garbage. I'm sorry to tell you that. DC is garbage. It's funny because DC has a controversy around a gay Superman or something like that, a bisexual Superman. Kind of funny when people are consuming the Batman slop. So just bear with me on my tangent. Batman is the greatest slop ever. Like you, you don't kill, but you brutalize terrible people. Sorry, I'm not gonna kill you, mass murderer. I'm only gonna brutalize you. And in real life, Batman would have probably killed someone by accident already, okay? Oh yeah, Batman kills like parademons and all that, but no. He draws a line at humans that have committed mass atrocities. Lazy writing. Fuck DC. Fuck Marvel, okay? Their fans are retarded. Uh, uh, Side tangent over, okay? The modern weapons that do work on the hunter system genre is there was a really good one. I think I bookmarked. I forgot to bookmark it, but it was like there's no system and like the humans have like just like a little power up, which is fine. I'm gonna go back and see what it was, but there were zombies there. So it isn't really explained or shown in detail most of the time, except modern weapons don't work, military is crushed and rendered useless. So society are now at the whims of the hunters. This is where hunters association or guilds come in. They're the new top dog. No military, okay? Every hunter system manga will, without exception, have a guild or association. So, what do? They regulate hunters, such as paying them, controlling them, and ranking them, such as S rank, A rank, B rank, and so on. And this is purely on their ability levels, which is stupid, okay? This is dumber than the isekai adventurer trope where you just start off at the lowest rank and you have to work your way up. All these hunter system manga I've seen, it's like your initial power is where you start at, the rank. So there are also a few uh hunter system mangas that do focus on the military. Like the military does play some role in it, like recruiting and incorporating hunters into their ranks. I think I know like three or four of mangas that do that, but the vast majority of them is military, is rarely ever looked into, and useless. So I mentioned ranks, right? So in all these manga, hunters are evaluated and placed in ranks by the Hunter Association. It's usually using a device that measures their abilities and mana, along with some combat tests. Oh, yeah, did I forget to mention? Mana or mana is usually the term for power. Like, he has a very high mana, which means he is really powerful. Mana is also a term for fuel to use skills and attributes. It might be confusing at first, but you get used to it. All Hunter System mangas do this, okay? So these Hunter System manga take place, most of them only take place a couple of years after the fantasy creatures invade Earth. At most 100 years later. From what I've seen, the shortest was about 10 years. And yeah, they managed to make magical devices to measure people's power levels and get everything in order during about 10 years. That's believable. What you'll start to find is building is fucking trash. I know it's fantasy and it's not supposed to be realistic, but there's still an expectation. Like, for example, a Stone Age civilization should not be able to travel to space in 1 year or have air conditioning in 2 years. I know not everything has to be like a masterpiece or have good writing, but it's kind of disappointing to see good art go to waste on a generic carbon copy, because a lot of these hunter regressor system mangas do have good art that honestly carries. If it wasn't for the art, I would have dropped all of these series in a heartbeat. So I've read probably over 100 of these hunter system and isekais, okay? So I think I'm qualified to say that. So yeah, but I kind of get it at the same time, because uh if you spent all this time writing, uh the story would go slower, right? And it wouldn't it would finish that fast. So like the payoff is very slow, which in today's society, like, you have to get everything quick. Amazon, 2 day shipping, 1 day shipping. Like, it's like, as a society, I kind of hate the fast pace that we're going in, like, where you have to have your instant gratification, and if you don't have it, like, I think there was a Battlefield, like, there was a study shown that people don't like strategy anymore. Like, gamers are getting dumber. Like, people just want instant gratification. And yeah, writing has gone in that direction. Uh, Look, some of these hunter system genre probably has good writing, but I've read so many of them, they're like almost the same, okay? And the main characters are, I don't know if I'm just jaded or something, because I've read so many of it, but like, another thing is the necromancer trope, okay? Like there's so much necromancers now. Look, even uh what was the other one? I There was a one with really unique art, but the story is like shit, okay? I just read it for the fight. All of these stories are shit. Like so low leveling, popularize the necromancer trope, like summoning creatures and stuff, like necromancers using daggers. I hate that trope so goddamn much. You know what? I prefer shonen over this. I um I kind of stopped reading shonen manga for a while because I thought the battle, the repetitious nature, like the battles and stuff like that. But I kind of prefer it over that. Like at this point, I've read over 300 mangas, so maybe I'm just jaded overall, and I'm uh screaming into the void about this. Oh yeah, the regressor thing. Uh, I thought it was really cool at first, but it's like becoming so generic to me now. Like I don't think there's a good way to write it. I've probably read a good one, but I've probably forgotten it because like I'm reading so much shit now. Like in a month I probably read over like give or take 30 different things and I have to keep up with them. So yeah. Oh yeah. Um so another subsect of the regressor genre, a subgenre is the the otome isekai where it's like shoujo where it's like set in uh medieval fantasy with princesses and nobles like that, and the villainous genre. Those are better, look, than the action-packed, appealing to the male fantasy, where the MC gets bitches. Well, I like the villainous, the villainous genre better, with the regressor stuff. So at this point, I'm just like ranting to whatever comes in mind. So I wrote a script for this, like, 10,000 characters long, and like, I'm, I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to, uh, what's the word for it? Just like skim all of this and just like put it in my own words instead of what I wrote. Also, disclaimer, I have not read any web novels or light novels that these regressor and hunter system are based off of. I'd assume that they're a bit better since like they probably have to cut out a lot of things to uh translate it into the manga format. And my throat hurts, so goodbye. My rant is over.